Your Daily 180, 180 seconds of pure Bible study.
In Proverbs chapter 16, verse number 25, we find these very important words. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. Do we realize that there is a way that's right and cannot be wrong? You know, we need to understand that at the very beginning of this whole discussion, there's a right way to approach the Bible. Regarding the Bible, there is a right approach to the Bible that cannot be wrong. In 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse number 15, the King James Version says, "Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." The New King James says, "Be diligent to present yourself approved to God." That's likewise a good translation. And then the ESV will kind of round it out for us. It says, "Do your very best to present yourself to God as one approved." You see, the reality is we have to give it our all. It is something that we do with intense effort and motivation to work hard to do one's best regarding this. And this is the way we have to approach the Bible. Now today we're going to introduce a problem, and we're going to talk about this more in the next couple of days. But there's oftentimes people that say, why isn't the Bible easier to understand? Now keep in mind, 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse number 15 says that we have to do our very best. We have to be diligent. We have to study to show ourselves approved. And someone says, yeah, but you know, if God says there's 5 acts of worship, why didn't he just have a section we could turn to and he would say, here are the 5 authorized acts of worship, A, B, C, D, E. Why not just do it like that? Well, that's a great question. And what I want you to do is let's begin by looking at Matthew chapter 13. And in Matthew chapter 13, we have the parable of the sower. And we're going to see something here in this particular parable, and we're going to pick up on it again tomorrow. But he tells this parable about the different soils, the wayside soil, the stony places, the thorns, the good ground. And then Jesus says, he who has ears to hear, let him hear. Now listen closely to verse number 10. The disciples are going to ask the question that many people ask. Why isn't it just more clear? They ask, why do you speak to them in parables? Tomorrow we're going to talk about that. And we're going to understand that studying God's Word requires real effort on our part.